Just want what you are. I am ready for your action. Just want what you are.
All right, you're welcome back. We're going to be talking art now, and it's a very interesting subject. I always find it very interesting because I have a very faint idea about how to appreciate art, but it's something I know I want to fall in love with. Maybe because it's very expensive. That's why I haven't fallen in love with it a lot yet. I have here with me Damola Mogaji. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And of course, Winifred Okpapi. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We're talking about art, and it's something that a lot of Nigerians still find, using the word loosely, elitist. You know, oh, you want to go to a gallery and appreciate art. Are we wrong with that notion? Is art in Nigeria growing?
Art in Nigeria is definitely growing. I agree that at the moment it does seem to be confined to the galleries, but there is a movement now exploring art in public spaces. So, you know, you'll find art on the beach, art in the park, people doing like really interesting stuff with installations. So I think although we do have like an issue with space, people are finding really interesting ways around that and trying to get the public more involved in the artwork.
I like what you said there, because most people think of art and just think of paintings. It has to be something you collect and place somewhere. Define art for us, maybe in a much broader sense for a Nigerian who thinks it's only about pictures or paintings or sculpture.
Art is more about expression. So you find people doing different things. Some people are born with talent of painting. Some people actually are into sculpting. That's mostly traditional art. But you find people branching out to new media. So you're basically using everything and anything you see, everything in the environment. People work with plastic, cloth, anything, basically. So it's just a way to express themselves, basically.
Are we good at it?
We are exceptional, I think.
We are great at it, actually. You'd be surprised when you find the number of artists we have in the country, actually. It's just bad that we don't appreciate art like that here. But when you go outside, you find that they really love Nigerian art, and you see them buying art. But when it comes to the country itself, it's just slow.
Why is that, though? Why is the appreciation not at the point where it should be at?
I think, like you said, at the moment, being in galleries, you know, having large pieces, for most people it's not really accessible. You know, can you afford it? Where are you going to put it in your house? But lots of people I found are doing really fascinating things with iPhone covers, making smaller, you know, entry points into their work, into their style. So I think we're going to move into that kind of work happening more often. So you see smaller pieces, original pieces, you know, for your phone, for your laptop, or like a bespoke piece for your small flat or something, as opposed to huge pieces that, you know, where you're going to put it in your house kind of thing.
So the economy, of course, has a big role to play. If the middle class is still thin, it's going to be hard for people to just, you know, start having disposable income to spend on art, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's interesting that people now see art as an investment. So now it's about buying a piece and then keeping it for your children, knowing that if you buy something for like 500,000 now, in a couple of years it's worth maybe 100 million.
So art appreciates that well?
Yeah, yeah.
Art is a solid investment, I think. Yeah.
How come, though? I mean, it gets dusty. So it's like, why is it getting more expensive?
You dust it. You clean it off. I think it's because, obviously, as the artist profile grows, their audience grows, so like their market appreciation grows. So where somebody started within a studio, they branch out on their own, have their own style, have had gallery showings, have, you know, opened worldwide. Everybody knows them, so everybody wants a piece. And then usually artworks are one of a kind. So if you own an original of somebody, that could be worth, you know, and you buy it, like she said, for 250K, 500K, and in 10 years' time he's blown. Obviously, your original that you bought, you know, for your flat, for your house, is now priceless almost.
What if the guy has like a scandal?
Even better, I think. In the art world, we love a scandal.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's nothing more exciting.
Okay, let's talk about galleries now. I know I interview people a lot with, in Nollywood, for example, and they always complain about the fact that one of the reasons why Nollywood isn't where it should be yet is because there isn't enough cinemas. Do you think we have too few galleries? Is that one of the problems, or is that a problem? Or it doesn't really matter?
I think we have a lot of galleries, probably too many galleries,
Okay.
I think. I can name maybe like a dozen in like the Victoria Island axis alone.
Interesting.
So we have many galleries. It's just driving the audience towards the galleries seems to be a challenge at the moment. And I think there's a movement towards going where the audience is, which is where online digital comes in, because everybody's on their phones, they're looking downwards constantly. So, you know, grabbing somebody's attention in the space that they naturally gravitate towards, as opposed to saying, you know, here's my gallery, you know, come and see me. It's like, here's my work, I'm putting it right under your nose. Okay,
there are that many galleries. For people who are not in the art circle, do they know that these galleries exist? Because you said you can think of 12, 15 off the top of your head. Probably not just 2. You know what I mean? So is the problem the fact that maybe the people who should be interested in it don't know that they exist?
I don't think it's that. I think, yes, as much as we have that many galleries, it's not so easy to maintain one, because you have to keep it going, and it's not like a proper market. You can just walk in and buy something and just walk out. It's like a daily affair. Some people don't sell in like a whole month. You don't get to sell anything, so it's really hard to have a gallery, and so people are branching out, having other activities on the outside. So you have art competitions, you have plein air programs where artists just gather and paint and do stuff together. So I think community engagement is really important to get people to go to galleries. It's something they can also view online, so some people just don't see the need to go to galleries because they find it boring sometimes. I mean, you get there just looking at paintings and they're like, oh, that's nice, oh, this is not nice, and then
that's it.
That's it.
So is the internet killing the galleries?
Hopefully.
Oh, you want that to happen?
She disagrees, but I think hopefully, because I just think that nobody wants to, you know, go. That culture is very old-fashioned, is very 80s.
Get into your car and drive all the way.
Yeah, nobody wants to do it
stand in
anymore.
line.
Exactly. To, like, you know, gab about a painting. They want to see something.
Your head tilted to the
Yeah, exactly. They want to see something exciting on their computer, on their phone. They want to tweet about it. They want to Instagram it. Like, I think art needs to move with the times into the 21st century.
How does that affect intellectual property, though? Like the owner of the painting, for example, are there fears sometimes that if your work is just out there on the internet, it could be reproduced without your knowledge? Isn't there that fear?
Yes.
Or shouldn't there be that fear?
Yes, there is actually. You'd find a lot of artists, they're like, no, I don't want my works online. They'd rather have the gallery manage them and people go see the works and buy them.
And they tell you no pictures.
No pictures. You can't take pictures when you go to galleries. That's kind of normal. And then some artists don't want to reproduce because they're worried about what clients will think. Some clients just want, I mean, you can't spend 20 million on a painting and then you find it outside. And then maybe someone is selling for like 10,000 naira. I mean...
In traffic.
In traffic. So I think they're just trying to play it safe and still be on top of things, and so they won't be looked at like maybe they're struggling or something. Yeah.